Hello, this is Furry Murray 7, and I am going to play Halo Wars. This is not the first Halo Wars video I've ever done. If you click that icon in the upper right-hand corner of the screen, you can see my Halo Wars playlist. Every Halo Wars video I've ever done is in that playlist. So, click it and scroll through the list and see what interests you. As always, this is live commentary, and I will be playing against random opponents chosen by the matchmaking system. So, I have absolutely no idea what's going to happen next. I might even lose. So, without further ado, let's play Halo Wars. So I went on my Xbox on YouTube, the YouTube app on my Xbox. I had to re-download it for some reason because for some reason it wasn't showing up because I know I've used it before. Anyway, I used that and to look up myself on YouTube, and it turns out the cards don't show up on the console. I wasn't really surprised by that, but they said that they were going to try to use cards as a replacement for annotations because cards would be able to show up on multiple different devices. I think the cards still work on mobile devices. I don't have a mobile device that can access YouTube, so I wouldn't be able to know. So, any of you down in the comments, if any of you are watching this on a mobile device, let me know if the cards show up. And if they really are in the upper right-hand corner, because I know in the PC version it is. And YouTube, in the little info that they talk about cards, they said it's supposed to be that way on mobile devices as well. I don't have a tablet or anything like that, so we'll have to see if we can. Well, if any of you watching, just put it down in the comments if you're watching this on a mobile device, if the cards are actually working. If you could do that, that would be a big help for me. So, but yeah, I've been incorporating the cards into the videos, and I haven't really been doing annotations. I think they brought back the button to turn off annotations, because at first, when I first started doing videos, there was a button on the player right next to the settings button, a toggle button that lets you turn annotations on or off. And then, somewhere along the line, they got rid of that button. But then I think they put it back in the settings. So when you click the gear icon in the settings, you can turn annotations on and off. And also, I think they got rid of this too, or they might still have it. If you go in your settings in YouTube, you can turn this some sort of switch to have annotations automatically switched off on all the videos you watch. You don't have to manually switch them on the videos. And I actually used annotations a lot in my previous videos, a lot, and so. Yeah, I didn't really like the fact that some people could turn annotations off, and then they complained that it wasn't working. Because they didn't realize that their annotations were turned off somehow. But cards you can't actually turn off. There isn't an option to turn off cards in the menu. So the cards will always appear regardless. That is awesome. Now they need to make cards available on more devices. More and more people are watching YouTube on mobile devices and such now. And annotations didn't always work on those types of devices. They didn't always work on, mobile devices. Some mobile devices it did, and some mobile devices it didn't. Cards are supposed to be universal. So, yeah, last thing. If any of you are watching this on a mobile device, please let me know if the cards are working. Or any other device other than a PC. That would be awesome. Because I can't tell from looking at the statistics whether or not cards are actually appearing And even if it says that appear, I mean, YouTube could just be glitchy and it's not appearing even though it's supposed to be. So I don't know what is going on here.
Got it. On it.
So what do we got here? Blood River, Sergeant Forge, star rank. Awesome. Oh, I don't have to do that. I'll just put my flag here. And then as soon as my chieftain is done, I'll make a brute so I can take over that.
Leader temple.
Make a brute so I can take over that supply elevator. I'm not gonna make a whole bunch of brutes, just one for now, and then the rest is all gonna be probably jackals.
Moving. Lead us. Ready to go. All set. Rolling out. Point me at him. Brute. Ready for action.
Call complete.
What?
Local units.
Let's go. About time.
Okay, did I make that yet? No, I didn't. Thought I made the jackal.
Local units.
Okay.
I'll do it.
I'm gonna turn up my volume a little bit. Okay, that works.
Where to? Yeah.
Warehouse complete. Local units.
Okay,
Local units.
take both of these things over if I can. Yes, and they're both taken over.
Local units.
Ready. Point me at him.
Awesome. Now I have complete control of these. Oh, there they are. There's the Marines.
Yes.
They're waiting to take over this thing. I don't think they can see me. I think they're too far away. I can see them though, but I don't think they can see me. Oh, here they come. They're coming up. That's a lot of Marines.
Point me at him.
I'll have to upgrade these jackals pretty soon. Oh, they're actually doing pretty good. Since they are in cover, cover increases their hit points. They'll be able to take a lot more damage. It increases their defense values. So even if they're not upgraded, they'll still be very good. They'll still be awesome. Okay, awesome. I control both of these unhindered. So far, so good.
Defense.
Not so good for you, my friend. I'd say you've got about 2 minutes.
Warehouse complete.
That's actually a line from the movie called Mission Impossible. Mission Impossible. He might actually be taking this thing.
Warehouse upgraded.
No?
Warehouse upgraded.
Point me at him.
Reactor claimed.
Moving.
Okay, and now I'll have to do beam rifle. Let's see what he's doing.
Local.
Oh, he's gonna build something in this empty slot. I just know it. Probably a vehicle depot. He shouldn't build anything there until he collects a air pad. Okay. I would say he shouldn't build a vehicle depot or an air pad until he gets more supply pads. Because 3 supply pads is not going to be able to support a barracks and an air pad and 2 reactors all at the same time. Doesn't work like that.
On my way.
Oh, I'm sorry. I had to sneeze. It was sudden, and I didn't have time to get to the mute button in time.
Local units.
But next time, I promise, I'll press the mute button. Is he spying on me? Let's teach him a lesson about spying.
Inheritance research.
do birthright.
About time.
All units.
Is he making an air pad yet? Not yet.
Local units.
Rolling.
Oh, I know what he's doing.
Complete.
I see what he's doing.
All units.
He's making Spartans, and he's gonna do that trick where you put Spartans inside of
Turret complete.
the put Spartans in your vehicles in order to bolster the vehicles up.
Birthright research.
Yeah.
That's not gonna work. Yep, and it's too late. I already have vampires. It's too late.
Yes.
Factory complete. Local units.
Yeah.
It is too late. What's this over here? Oh, they won't stand a chance against my jackals.
Lead us. Of course. Moving.
Anyway. Upgrade these.
Local units.
5:58. Well, it's after 5 minutes.
Enemy engaged.
We can attack now without it being considered a rush.
Yeah.
Turret complete.
On it. On my way.
Oh, he got rid of his barracks.
Local units.
What now?
Unfortunately for him,
Local
that won't really do anything.
Easy enough.
enemy engagement.
We'll sit here a little while longer, and then we'll go in. Maybe even make an engineer.
Stasis
Now that the vampires are upgraded, they'll be able to fight a lot more Hornets without dying.
Ready.
Okay, let's go now.
units. Enemy engagement. Local units. Local units. Local units.
Targeting enemy.
Awesome.
Local units. Local units.
He's a locust to kill that.
Local units.
I have one jackal.
Local units.
Okay, good, that works.
Local units.
No, I'm not gonna let you build a barracks. Thank you very much.
What now?
The only thing he can make at this point is Warthogs. And that's not going to happen. Well, even if it does happen, he's not going to be able to get me or anything. What do we got over here? Is my engineer still alive? The engineer is still alive! Oh my god, that's awesome.
Local units.
Alrighty then. Yay! Well, I'm going to definitely have some stuff to talk about after this video. And that's it. That is the end. This is the end of Solomon Grundy. Okay, okay, yeah, so here's the thing. So he had all those Marines that he was about to take over this thing. First of all, a couple things. Okay, here's the thing. I've said this. I actually did a video on this recently. It's called Blood River Speedrun. click the icon in the upper right-hand corner of the screen. No, but for real, click it and scroll go to my Halo Wars playlist and scroll down until you see Blood River Speedrun. It's not very far down on the list. It's a recent video, unless you're watching this video like way in the future. In that case, hi everyone in the future. Like, I don't know, hundreds of years in the future. Look, I did a video on this, on if you're playing as UNSC, it's possible to take these things over very, very quickly. A lot more quickly than, what's this guy? This guy did it. Crazy Vet 1-1. Okay, here's the thing. Marines. So, when you take these things over, you're gonna need at least one Marine in order to kill the guys around here. What are those things called? Sentinels? Sentinels, yeah. You're gonna need at least one Marine to kill the Sentinels. But then, the rest is gonna have to be flamethrowers, because taking it over is only half the battle. And knowing is half the battle. Taking these things over is only half the battle. The other half is protecting it from your opponent from taking it over. So, you should make one Marine, put it in there, and then the Marine will be able to single-handedly kill both of the Sentinels. You can put in two Marines for good measure if you're feeling anxious about it, but one or two Marines maximum. Two Marines maximum. One is usually all you need if you plan it right. But after that, the rest should all be flamethrowers, because you need to prevent the flamethrowers is what's gonna prevent your opponent from taking these things over. So, if you make a Marine and 2 or 3 flamethrowers, rush them over to the base, and don't rush them to the base. Rush them over to this supply elevator. You don't have to bundle them up before you send them out. Usually, it applies where you don't want to send in your units one at a time, dealing with. But for this situation, it actually is okay to send your units one at a time. You'll be able to get in there faster. Make a flamethrower. Make a Marine and a flamethrower and send them over there as fast as possible. And the Marine doesn't have to wait for all the flamethrowers to finish before he goes in. Just send the Marine in as soon as possible, and then send the flamethrowers after, as quickly as you can. And that will allow you to not only to take it over, but also to protect it from me, because my Chieftain is most assuredly going to come over here and try to take this thing with jackals. So, you need to preemptively stop me by sending in as many flamethrowers as possible. So he made Marines, and he had a whole bunch of Marines over here, but he didn't have a single flamethrower. That's kind of a mistake, in my opinion. You should make 1 or 2 Marines to be able to kill the Sentinels if the Sentinels aren't already dead somehow. But the rest, you're going to have to do flamethrowers, because Marines are not going to be able to do anything against the jackals. Oh, and another thing, he was bunching up his Marines here, and he was planning on sending them all in at one time. That's a little bit too slow. And you don't really have to do that for these supply elevators. The supply elevators are only protected by 2 Sentinels, and the Sentinels do very little damage, and they have very little HP. So you really don't have to send in a whole squad worth of troops into this supply elevator. You can just send in 1 or 2 Marines, and that's all you need, really. The Marines will be able to kill all these things, just like what I did with my Brute here. Send in my Brute, and I only needed just 1 Brute. I didn't have to send a whole bunch of infantry over to kill the Sentinel. This 1 Brute was able to kill both Sentinels all by himself, because Sentinels are just terrible. Sentinels are just terrible. So that's what it is. I'll look that up. It's called Blood River Speedrun. How to take over these things on Blood River the fastest way possible. Fastest. So anyway, let's play another. the fastest. So, let's play another. We're still waiting for Halo Wars to be backwards compatible on the Xbox One. We're still waiting for that. It hasn't happened yet. But, yeah. Not to name any names, but some people have been telling me that it was supposed to be on Friday, getting my hopes up. Getting my hopes up. It was supposed to be last Friday. Getting me all excited. And then Friday comes around, and no backwards Halo Wars. But it's fine. Actually, I'm kind of glad it's not backwards compatible, because if it was, I assume that it would be extremely buggy and glitchy. For people on the Xbox One to play against people who are on the 360. I mean, I can only imagine what kind of bugs that would cause. These are some long wait times. Ever since Chris Hansen has announced that he's going to do his Hansen versus Predator thing, I started watching some old episodes of To Catch a Predator. I've had to watch them on Daily Motion because YouTube is just impossible. So yeah, I had to watch them on Daily Motion. One guy showed up at the house naked. Chris Hansen is like, I can only imagine what would have happened in this house had I not been here. I can only imagine. I love Chris Hansen's voice. He should be a voice actor. I love Chris Hansen's voice. That's funny. I don't know what's going on here. What is going on? Why is it taking so long to find some players? Hey, maybe the Xbox One backwards compatibility is online. And it's screwing around with the matchmaking. Maybe that's what's happening. Maybe that's what's happening. The backwards compatibility started today. And as a result, matchmaking is impossible. That could be the case. Okay, so in a couple of my previous videos, I was having problems with my controller. Whenever the controller just taps something, or like if it falls on the floor or something like that, the battery inside would wiggle and it would get, for a split second, it would get detached from like the coil in here, and you could even hear it wiggle around if you shake the controller. So I got these Energizer Ultimate Lithiums. Because before, I didn't have Ultimate Lithiums in here. I've used Ultimate Lithiums before, but I haven't bought them in a long time. So I got some Ultimate Lithiums. These are the most expensive batteries, but they are the best. Energizer Ultimate Lithium. These things last incredibly long. I am not kidding, man. If you're not buying Ultimate Lithiums, you wasted your money. Anyway, so I put in the Ultimate Lithiums in here, and now it's not like, the battery isn't wiggling around in here anymore. I don't know. And you like, if you like slam the controller on the floor or something, it doesn't turn on. InspecHerGagets. I played against this guy before. He might have been in one of my videos, but I'm not sure though.
All units.
Not sure about that, but
Yes.
Anyway. Yeah,
Local units.
put some ultimate lithiums in here and it works just fine now. I don't know what's going on. It works just fine. I know what is going on here.
Chieftain ready for battle. What? Engines running. Moving. Got it. Why not? Point me at him. Yeah. Going.
I need to turn off notifications because these things are starting to get annoying.
Now.
And I'm not going to join a party either. You want to say something, you can make a comment on my YouTube videos. I actually do reply to every comment. For reals. I reply to every comment.
All set.
What was that all about? Okay. Yeah, yeah, I reply to every comment. So if you have anything to say to me, feel free to leave a comment at the bottom.
Where to? About time. Point me at him.
Warehouse complete.
Feel free to leave a comment.
Local units.
Fuel up.
See if there's any...
On my way. Yes. What now? Yeah.
I think there's a... Oh, no, he must have got that one already.
On it. Rolling out. Where to? Huh? What now?
Let's make one more jackal. I'd like to have 3... you know, back in the day, if you watch some of my older videos, I put 2 jackals over here.
Local units.
But nowadays, I like to have 3 jackals. They're better able to take care of themselves without dying. If you have 3 jackals. Like, they're able to survive.
I'll do it. Yes.
Because I don't want my jackals to die. I'll do that, then I'll upgrade this.
Local units.
I don't know, I'm not seeing any supply crates. He must have eaten them all. And then after that, I'm going to have to try to get...
Warehouse complete.
Yeah, he ate all the supply crates.
Local units.
Oh, look at that. Here's a...
Ramming.
Let's give him a bump. All right, there we go. Thank you very much for that.
What now?
Sure is taking him a very long time to take over these supply elevators.
Lead us.
Defense gauntlet. Research.
Where's the sniper? The sniper is the one I need to kill. It's the one that does the most damage. You know, that actually might be nice to have a sniper in the UNSC side of Halo Wars. That might actually be fun.
Reactor claim.
What?
Well, might not be very fun for the Chieftain, but
Unit.
Not.
but that might actually be a good idea. Okay,
Warehouse upgrade.
let's do that.
Where to? As you wish.
Okay, I coughed, but I remembered to mute the microphone
Warehouse.
before I coughed.
What? About time.
So what's going on over here? Let's put this guy in cover before I forget. What's going on over here?
Local
A lot of
units.
stuff, random stuff.
All units.
I don't want my scout to die. I'm sorry, scout. I didn't mean that at all. Was that a flamethrower? Why would you put a flamethrower in cover? Flamethrower's not going to be able to do anything. Oh, here they come. Whole bunch of...
One.
Enemy engagement.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
I was going to upgrade my jackals, but I didn't have time.
All units.
Wow, look at all that. That's awesome.
Warehouse upgrade.
these jackals will be able to take care of themselves a little bit better.
Inheritance research.
Yeah. Yes.
Citadel upgrade complete.
What do you want? Yeah. Easy enough. What? What do you want?
Reactor claimed.
Ready. What? Now.
Okay. Let's scout this guy one more time, if I can.
What now?
Whoops.
Of course.
Don't want that. Don't want my chieftain to die.
Summit complete.
Yes.
Local units.
Where to? About time.
Okay, he's gonna kill all of his
What do you want? What?
all of his flamethrowers are gonna die.
Yeah. Point me at him. Yeah.
Let's upgrade these jackals now that we have a chance. Hold on, wait.
Local units.
I'm gonna leave that jackal right there.
Yes.
Local units.
Will they survive? Oh no, he's sending in a lot more flamethrowers. A lot more than that.
Enemy engagement.
What now?
Maybe I can get this done without actually
What?
killing my chieftain. What does he have over here? Making a turret? A turret? Now, these guys are invincible.
Yeah.
Yay! Jackals upgraded all the way. Now I am
Research.
invincible.
All units.
My chopper's gonna die, but that's fine. That's why I have the summit here. So I can make aircraft.
Me at him. Ready. Now.
Local units.
Whoops. Don't want that.
Engineer ready.
Oh, my chieftain's gonna die. That's fine, though.
Enemy engagement.
Oh my god, look at all those flamethrowers. It's crazy, I tell you.
Boost research.
2 engineers? That's a waste. I didn't know I made 2 engineers. I'm really sorry about that, guys. I didn't realize I made so many engineers.
Local units. Local units. Local units. All units. Local units. Enemy engagement.
Chieftain prepared.
Now it's time for me to go over here.
Local units. Local units.
Huh? As you wish.
Local units.
What do you want? About time.
Local units.
Point me at him.
Local units. Local units. Reactor claimed.
Wow, look at all that.
Yeah. Easy enough.
I need to upgrade my vortex if I'm gonna do stuff like that.
Going. What now?
Enemy engagement.
Now. Ready.
Local units.
I'll go the other way.
Enemy engagement.
What do you
I
want?
may need to heal up first.
Yes.
All units.
Where to?
At least until I'm back in the green.
What now? Yeah. You got it. Wraith, prepared.
I'm not gonna be able to do much against the Wraith.
Where?
Local units.
Ready. What now? What? As you wish.
Heavy shield. Research.
Moving. Rally to me. Yeah, Yes. Fancy me in the air. Ready. Yeah.
All units.
Boosters activated.
Okay, I really should go as soon as possible.
Enemy engagement. All units.
Boosters, yes. Send me in. Ready to attack. Boosters at what now?
Enemy engagement.
Just need one more tech level for locusts.
All units.
Oh, no, couldn't get it out of there in time. That's fine.
Local units.
Let's go now.
Local units.
Yes.
Base
I only need these things for a small amount of time.
local units.
Point me out.
Local units.
Command. What?
You might not be close enough to get him.
Earthright research.
What? Where to? Ready to engage. Tell us where.
Local units.
What do you want? Yes. Ready.
Local units.
What do you want? Ready. We have them.
Factory complete. Local units.
Receive attack where to?
Local units.
Yeah.
No! 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 You can't do this. Oh my god, I had him right where I wanted him. I had him right where I wanted him. I would have destroyed his entire base, and he probably wasn't going to destroy mine. I would have destroyed his base first. Now I don't know what he was making in here. He had his base locked. He was probably making scorpion tanks, but they would have been no match for my chieftain. Especially if my chieftain's backed up with 2 engineers, and you know he's upgraded and all that stuff. His flamethrowers wouldn't have been able to kill my base. He was starting to kill my buildings, but only slowly. His flamethrowers could have killed my base if given enough time, but I think the Locust and the Wraith and the Chieftain would have killed his base a lot faster. But now we'll never know. But anyway, that was weird. Let's try. Let's see. How long have we gone so far? About 40 minutes. Let's go maybe one. I'll do one more game, and then that'll be it. This will be the last game. I promise this will be the last game, and then after that, I promise. After this. I don't know what's going on with these long wait times. Maybe they are integrating the backwards compatibility thing, and that's why the wait times are so long. Unbelievably insufferable. Okay, I turned my fan on. I hope it's not going to interfere too much with the microphone. Okay. I'll InspecHerGagets again. InspecHerGagets. That's funny. That is funny.
All units.
Why not? Rolling.
Sergeant Forge.
Got it.
So I think at least we won't have to worry about a rush. Sergeant Forge doesn't usually rush, although sometimes they do try it. So we gotta keep our eyes peeled, and if we see any Warthogs, kill them. See any Warthogs? Kill them. Immediately.
Leader temple complete.
Chieftain, ready. Of course. Of course. Ready to go.
There's a Warthog over there. Just running around.
Units.
Move. Ramming. On my way. What now? About time. Tell me where. Speed up. Speed up.
Warehouse complete.
I'll do it what you want.
What is he doing, I wonder? Is he Russian?
Yeah.
Doesn't really look like it. I haven't really seen, but we'll have to see. It's too early to tell at this point.
Yeah. Go. Fuel up.
Warehouse upgraded.
Smash them. Yeah.
All units.
Point me at them. Ready. All set.
He probably is Russian.
On it.
Warehouse complete.
Why not? What now? These engines.
He might be Russian. Maybe I should build a turret just in case. Just in case he's Russian.
Ready to go.
I'll do the turret. What is going on over there?
Ramming. Point me
He hasn't eaten these supplies.
Fuel up. Rolling.
What is going on over here? Like a halt. I might have to make
Warehouse
hunters if he keeps up with these warthogs.
Turret complete.
Got it. Point me at him.
If he keeps on with these warthogs, I may have to make hunters. See how it works though. What is he doing over here? He's got supply pad.
Yes.
He's got a reactor going up. He might try to make gunner pretty soon. I don't know why he has a reactor.
Local units.
Oh, look at all that.
Run them over.
Wait a minute, there he is.
Rolling out. Point me at him.
He's gonna make gunner pretty soon.
What?
Local units.
Moving.
All units.
Yes. What now? Yeah. Yeah.
The fuel rod on that one.
What now?
Turret complete.
I'll hold off on another one until I make. I'm gonna upgrade my base first. I'll have this hunter for now.
Yes.
All units.
Ready. Going.
I'll keep the hunter in here in case I need him for something. But I need to keep my eyes peeled.
Citadel upgrade complete.
Oh no, I don't need that. Do a haul.
Yeah.
Okay, so far nothing.
What now?
I don't know what he's doing yet.
Enemy engaged.
We got over here another reactor for something.
What?
Okay.
Yes.
Need to kill those warthogs
Moving.
as soon as possible.
Warehouse complete.
I'll do a warehouse for now, but I may have to kill that and do a summit. I'm thinking maybe I should do a summit now, but nah, it's too early for that. But I may just destroy that and do a summit.
Upgraded.
Oops. 28. What has he got? He's probably doing this one, eh? Nope. Not doing that one. This one.
As you wish. What do you want?
I'll just do that summit now.
Where to? What do you want? Point me at him.
Honestly, don't know how many hunters I'm gonna need. Probably has a whole bunch by now.
Yes. Where to?
All right. He didn't even finish eating the supplies. Oh, that's awesome. I can build a base right here. I'll release my hunters in that case.
Yes.
Just make a base right here. You kill everything?
Local units.
That's dead.
Local units. Turret improved.
What happened to my vortex? Oh, okay.
Local units. All units.
What? Of course. What now?
Maybe I should upgrade my hunters first before I do that. Nah, let's do this first.
What? As you
Local units.
ready.
First thing I'll build is a shield generator.
Where to? What? Point me at him. Ready. Waypoint acknowledged. Where to?
I need to upgrade my chieftain
What now?
immediately.
Outpost ready. Boost research.
Okay, boost is done.
All
Let's go.
units.
Scout him, see what he's
Commence
doing.
research.
He most assuredly is trying to build a base somewhere else.
Local units.
We gotta stop him. Stop him, lad. For all our sakes, stop him. So he's trying to do an air pad.
Yes. About time.
Shield generator complete.
Okay, he has a whole bunch of Warthogs over there.
Local units.
Beating on point, me Adam.
Okay, he's not actually building another base. Well, what is he doing? Just sitting around twiddling his thumbs?
Warehouse complete.
I don't know what he's doing, but we'll have to keep an eye on the point counter. If he does try to build a base, we'll know.
Yeah. Going.
Do a vampire. I don't know how many vampires I'll need. We'll see how it goes. We're more than likely going to have to upgrade these hunters as well. My chieftain is upgraded, so that's awesome.
All units.
Engage. Vampires. Here. Yes. Point.
Enemy engagement. Local units.
Boosters at maximum.
What's he building over here? Just a supply pad?
What?
Warehouse complete.
So he has 2 reactors, a double reactor.
Yeah. Easy enough.
Okay. Looks like all he's gonna make now is warthogs and
Research.
aircraft.
Ready.
Expand this base, and then I don't honestly know. I'm gonna have to scout one more time just to make sure. But what I want to do is I want to make
Me Adam.
Chief upgrade complete.
those warthogs don't stand a chance now that my hunters are upgraded. Right?
Local units.
Yep, they don't stand a chance. They're running away. They're
Local
running away. And stay out. And stay out. Oh, whoop, whoop.
Power terminal.
Moving.
Local units.
Looks like I'm gonna need to have to make another.
Local units. Local units.
I'm gonna have to make another chieftain.
Engineer ready. Local units.
Moving base. On at once.
Okay, that took care of just about all of his army. I'm still ahead, 144 to 126, and my base is still standing. So that didn't do you very much good, now did it? And I killed, I think, all of his aircraft. So that's a plus.
Local units. Warehouse upgrade. Local units.
We're moving.
Local units.
Where to?
Local units.
Going now. I will.
Those vampires have a very long range.
Point.
All right, they don't stand a chance now.
Local units. All units.
Moving there.
All right.
Copy that.
Local units.
Vampire online. What you want?
All units.
What?
Local units. Warehouse upgrade.
All right, that was weird.
What?
He almost killed my shield generator, but it's gonna replenish in 15 seconds anyway.
Vampire loaded up. What?
I'm gonna scout him one more time,
Generator
see what he's
complete.
doing.
Base under attack. Local units.
What do you want?
Local units.
Ready.
Okay, that was weird. What is he doing? I wonder.
Local units.
Okay. Inspector Gadgets resigned. I don't know what he resigned for. He could have just let me beat him normally. He could have. Oh my god. He could have just let me beat him normally. No, the reason why here's the reason why I say that is because I actually made a video way back in the old days. And the video is called Only Warthogs and Nothing Else. Only Warthogs and Nothing Else. So, there was this guy, just like InspecHerGagets here, okay? And this guy was doing pretty much only Warthogs and nothing else. No infantry, no vehicles, no nothing. just Warthogs. Now, here's the thing, though, okay? When you do only Warthogs and nothing else, I don't... Okay. Especially if your opponent is the Covenant. Any covey worth their salt is going to immediately start making hunters. Which obviously makes Warthogs futile. Okay? Warthogs are futile. Why didn't he try making another base? Now I'm not talking about this thing over here. He destroyed the building here, but then he just allowed me to build a base here without very much resistance at all. I mean, he had a whole bunch of Warthogs over here. Now, now granted, I did have about 3 or so hunters by the time. The base was it was an empty base site. He just got done destroying the base. Didn't even get a chance to eat the supply crates. And when I rolled in, I did that on purpose, by the way, because I wanted to try to get there as fast as possible. While at the same time, I wanted to wait long enough for him to be able to kill everything. So that way I wouldn't have to kill it myself. It's a lot faster if his Warthogs kill the flood base than if my hunters kill the flood base. So allowing his Warthogs to kill this site was actually a good idea on my part, because it allowed me to take over this base a lot more quickly. Thank you very much, InspecHerGagets, for helping me build that base site. I couldn't have done it without you. Only Warthogs and nothing else. That is a very, very bad idea. You really won't want to do only Warthogs and nothing else. Now, for several reasons. Number one, Warthogs have very little HP. They do have a fast movement speed, but that movement speed is only beneficial near the beginning of the game, when you need to get around the map to get supply crates, or you know, if you want to take over early base that's really far away, you can get that done. But when it comes time for mid-game, when your opponent starts pumping out mid-game units, like upgraded hunters, for example, Warthogs just don't hold up. They just don't hold up. Warthogs are not designed to be in combat. They were designed to be scouts. They were designed to be scouts. And they're good at doing scout work. They really are. Warthogs are good at doing scout work. They're good at eating supply crates off of the map. But when it comes to direct combat, especially against hunters, which is exactly what your opponent is going to make if they're not a noob, especially when it comes against hunters, Warthogs just don't cut it. They just don't cut it. They don't have enough HP. The other thing about the Warthogs is the ramming ability. The ramming ability doesn't do very much damage to anything other than infantry. And also, the cooldown on the ram is so unbelievably long that you can pretty much only use it once. You can pretty much only use it. It is a one-trick pony. Because the thing is that you use the ram. The Warthog hurts itself, by the way, which decreases its fragile HP bar even further. But once you use the ram ability, the cooldown is so long that the Warthog will more than likely get destroyed before the cooldown is even finished. So each Warthog is pretty much only going to be able to use the ramming ability once. And then you're going to have to wait for the ramming ability to recharge. You're going to have to either just let your Warthogs die, or you're going to have to retreat from combat like this guy did. So many times. I see this happen so many times. The Warthogs come in, they try to fight the hunters, it doesn't work, so then they retreat. And that happens over and over again, just repeats itself. They come in, attack a little bit, and then retreat. The problem with that approach is that you can't actually accomplish anything. That's actually an incredibly bad waste of time when you do that, okay? That is an incredible waste of time. I captured a base and upgraded it and filled it with a whole bunch of buildings. He still has his one measly base that he started the game with. You know, he could have had a lot more than that if he wasn't so distracted, so preoccupied. Only Warthogs and nothing else. You know, my army is composed, you know, until he built that air pad, my army was composed entirely of infantry. Entirely. There wasn't a single aircraft, wasn't a single vehicle. Why didn't he make flamethrowers? I mean, that just, to me, sounds like the perfect opportunity for flamethrowers. Warthogs are not going to help you against hunters, especially once the hunters have been upgraded like this. Warthogs aren't going to help you in that situation. What you could do is make flamethrowers. Make a whole bunch of flamethrowers. Just like in my previous video with the flamethrowers. The flamethrowers, not in my previous video, the previous game. Was it the same guy? I think it was the same guy. InspecHerGagets. Yeah, I think it was the same guy. And his flamethrowers were actually doing a pretty good job against me because my army was composed entirely of infantry. So obviously, I mean, why didn't he use the same strategy here that he used in the last video? I mean, I'm not saying he would have won, but the game would have turned out a lot differently. This game would have ended a lot differently. So then later on, he decided to make, after he learned that I had Warthogs, he was going to make Hornets. Now here's the thing, man. I know I've said this in my previous videos before, but I think I should say this again. Hunters aren't able to shoot aircraft, which is weird, but that's okay with me because they're really good at other stuff. They don't have to be good at everything. So they're unable to shoot aircraft, okay. That's fine. But then a lot of people take that idea and they start to think in their minds that the answer to fighting against hunters must be to make Hornets. Since hunters can't shoot hornets, then obviously the thing is to make a whole bunch of hornets if your opponent is making hunters. But that strategy only works if your opponent is only making hunters and nothing else. See, he's thinking that I'm just like him. Like, I make one unit and make that one unit and nothing else. Like, he's making only Warthogs and nothing else. And he thinks that I'm just like that. He thinks I'm just like that. So he thinks that I've sworn an oath to make only hunters and nothing else. And so obviously making only hunters and nothing else is make hornets. He forgot that I had the ability to make other types of units. That just slipped his mind. He completely forgot that I had the ability to make vampires. So that's why he made hornets. And that's why a lot of these people make hornets. A lot of the Warthog people, I call them Warthog people nowadays. People who make pretty much only Warthogs and nothing else. And they try not to make any other type of unit unless it's absolutely necessary. Then they'll make unless it's absolutely necessary, then they'll make another unit other than Warthogs. But until then, only Warthogs and nothing else. Those types of people, I don't know what is with those people. Those types of people, they think that the answer to fighting against hunters is to then make hornets. There's a number of problems with that theory. First of all, you're not taking into account that hornets are massively weak to vampires. All I had to do was make 2 or 3 vampires and his hornets were finished. Finished. That's all I needed. I really didn't have a whole bunch of vampires. I just had, like 2 or 3, maybe 4, but that's all I needed. And his entire squadron of hornets was gone. Just like that. Hornets don't do very much damage to anything other than vehicles. They're okay against buildings and turrets. They're okay. Not super effective, but they're okay. They're okay against that type of stuff. But when it comes to infantry, Hornets really don't do damage quickly enough. They don't have a very good DPS against infantry. Now you tell me, well, maybe one Hornet can't do a whole bunch, but a whole bunch of Hornets at the same time can do a whole bunch of damage to infantry. Well, yes, but that can be said for any unit in the game. If you have a whole bunch of any unit, it can do a bunch of damage. So that's not important. That's kind of a moot point. To say if you have a whole bunch of Hornets, then they can do a lot of damage to infantry. So Hornets, they have a fast enough movement speed, but against infantry, they really just aren't good enough. You can actually kill my units a lot more quickly if you used flamethrowers. Flamethrowers can kill hunters a lot more quickly than Hornets. And the hunters might not be able to do anything against Hornets, but vampires can. And if your Hornets are distracted with trying to kill the hunters, they're easy pickings for my vampires. If I can use my Warthog, not my Warthogs, my hunters. If I can use my hunters to distract your Hornets, because you're so hell-bent on believing that Hornets should kill the hunters. If I can just simply keep your Hornets distracted, they'll be easy pickings for my vampires, as you saw in the video. What the heck was that? My Cortana on Windows 10 just activated for some reason. I didn't even click on anything. That was weird, man. Okay. Okay. I'm sorry. Yeah. You can kill... He could have killed my hunters a lot more quickly if he used flamethrowers. Which, I mean, of course, flamethrowers are the obvious choice anyway, because my army was composed entirely of infantry. So, obviously, flamethrowers can seem like a good choice. But, you know, you don't kill hunters with hornets. So, I mean, all I have to do is let my hunters kill your warthogs, and let my vampires kill your hornets. And you saw with your own eyes how that turned out. I mean, this is the way it is with almost every person, with almost every warthog guy. Guys who use only warthogs and nothing else. This is how those games last. You don't even really have to watch my other videos. Just watch this. And the way this video turned out, that's pretty much how they all turn out. Whenever somebody tries to use only warthogs and nothing else, this is what happens. They usually make hornets later on, which are then counted by my vampires, and then sometime along the line they end up resigning. I got this factory right here. I was going to make locusts to try to make a move on his base. It turns out I didn't have to. He was readily sacrificing his own units for me. He eventually did kill all of my hunters, but that's only sacrificing all of his hornets and almost all of his warthogs. I killed almost every one of his units before he was able to kill only my hunters. And some good micromanagement on my part allowed me to use my vampires to kill his hornets without getting killed by his warthogs. You know, warthogs can actually be pretty good at killing vampires. Vampires aren't going to be able to do very much damage at all to warthogs. And the warthogs, you know, the only problem the warthogs would have fighting against my vampires is catching up to them, because the vampires have a faster movement speed. They can go around corners, and so with clever use of micromanagement, I can evade his warthogs with that. So that's one thing that he could have done. I don't know why he didn't try to kill my vampires with his warthogs, but even if he did, I'd be able to handle it. After all that, he never killed he didn't even get a chance to kill my shield generator. After all that. I thought he would have made another base by now, man! What's he waiting for? Why was he waiting for to make another base? I thought he would have made a base by now. Why didn't he do that? I thought he already... That's why I was so desperate with trying to build that Banshee to scout around, because I honestly believe that he would have built another base at that point. That he would have another base up and running, and I'd have to run my units over, but he never even tried. Didn't even try to build another base. He tried to build a base here, but then I took it over from him. He was just about to build there when I took it. And he made one or two half-hearted attempts to get this site back when I was over here, but you know, nothing much, because I had my hunters over here protecting it, so he wasn't going to be able to do anything with warthogs. So yeah, warthogs are good in the beginning of the game, but when it comes to mid-game, upgraded units, warthogs are just not good enough in combat, especially against hunters. Hunters eat warthogs for breakfast, as you saw in the video. I mean, his warthogs outnumbered my hunters, but they were still no match. They were no match. Even though my hunters were outnumbered, he had more warthogs than me, but the warthogs just aren't good enough in combat to justify that type of setup. They don't have very much HP. They're super weak against hunters. Their ramming ability doesn't do very much damage to anything other than infantry, and the cooldown on the ram is so long that you can only use it once. So for all those reasons, please don't try believing that you can just make only Warthogs and nothing else, and you're gonna win the game with Warthogs. Win the game with Warthogs. Oh my god, man. Maybe that's what I should call the video. Win with Warthogs. Warthogs for the win. Maybe I'll do that. Warthogs for the win. Sometimes it's hard for me to think of what I'm going to put for the title of the video. Because sometimes I have a hard time thinking of a title, and the video is pretty much already uploaded before I can finally think of what I'm going to call the video. Something like that. Warthogs for the win. Winning with Warthogs. Win with Warthogs. Maybe I'll do that. But yeah, but a lot of people think they can try to win the game with Warthogs. I'm going to make only Warthogs and nothing else, and that will win the game for me. That'll teach Furry Murray a lesson. Try to teach me a lesson. Well, maybe next time he'll be able to teach me a lesson. Win with Warthogs. Maybe I'll do that. Or maybe I'll call it Warthogs are OP. Maybe I'll do that. Warthogs are OP. Call it that. I sometimes like to give my videos a sarcastic title. That way people, they click on the video and they think I'm going to say one thing, and then it turns out I say another. Yeah, but yeah, Warthogs are not good in combat at all. You should make an extra Warthog in the beginning of the game to, scout and things like that. And I guess Warthogs can be good for Warthog rushes, but Warthog rushes are a terrible strategy anyway. But I mean, only Warthogs and nothing else? I mean, come on, man. You could do better than that. You could do better than that. Only Warthogs and nothing else? That does not work very often. Well, it doesn't work against somebody who knows about hunters. I mean, if you're fighting against a noob who doesn't know that hunters beat Warthogs, you might be able to get away with it. But, everybody else, I mean, it's just common knowledge, okay? It's just common knowledge. Hunters, upgrade them, and, the Warthogs don't stand a chance. And, Hornets, you could forget about it. I mean, Hornets are the most logical. I mean, you've kind of screwed yourself after losing all those Warthogs, so I really can't give you good advice on what to do after that, because you've already shot yourself in the foot at that point. But if you still continue on playing the game and not resigning, I would suggest for it to stop making Warthogs and start making something else. Talk about doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. So this guy's Warthogs lost the last 5 or 6 times they tried attacking, but he thinks the next time is going to be the magic moment where it all turns around. If I just use Warthogs one more time, it'll work. No, it's not going to work one more time. You cancel it and do something else. But, yeah, infantry, in my opinion, are, if you plan on, if you've already tried doing Warthogs, and they keep losing to the hunters, what you need to do at that point is start making infantry. That's the best thing you can do. Vehicles are an absolute no-no, because your opponent already has a whole bunch of hunters, and which are super effective against vehicles, and now you're going to throw more vehicles at the problem. That's not going to work at all. Hornets can be easily defeated by locusts, But my army is composed entirely of infantry, so naturally, um, making flamethrowers would be the lesser evil. I'm not saying you're gonna win the game if you do that, but if you at least if you make at least at least it'll give you making flamethrowers will give you a little bit of an edge. But I would say don't even try to do only Warthogs and nothing else. But if your only Warthog and nothing else plan fails, you need to switch to something else. Don't just keep doing Warthogs. So that is my long-awaited Warthog rant. I like Warthog rants every once in a while, because occasionally you run into one of these types of people who try to do only Warthogs and nothing else. You know, you gotta... Occasionally you run into these people. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, everyone. Make sure you click that icon in the upper right-hand corner of the screen. And if it's not there, you can scroll down below this video into the About section to see my Halo Wars playlist. Every Halo Wars video I've ever done is in that playlist. Also, make sure you click the like button before you forget, and click the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.